This already may have been a terrible idea. Yeah, look at that. Okay, this isn't happening today. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been in this much pain in a long time. You know what? I'm kind of catching a second wind, so we'll just see. I'm not guaranteeing I'm gonna make it all the way. We'll just see. I actually feel pretty good right now. Yeah, this is a little sketchy. This is probably an abandoned camp. It doesn't look like they left behind. Oh, did I trip water on you? Powell Butte, 2.3 miles away, 14 minutes by bicycle. Okay, I-205 path, 5 miles. So I'm 5 miles away from my objective, which honestly doesn't sound that terrible, even at this point of the day. Steve the amateur historian. So from there, I'm approaching, again, I think it's Jenne Butte or Jenne Butte. I don't know which name is the accurate name. I've never been able to figure out exactly how to get there, but there's apparently trails up there. If it's too much hill climbing, then forget it. I ain't got it in me. But they say, along the Springwater corridor, you cross under an overpass and you cross a little bridge crossing this creek over here, and it's a little ways past that, there's a trail that goes off into the butte, and you can adventure there. Alien invaders wreak havoc. Invasive species are non-native plants and animals that out-compete native ones. Often confused with the native muskrat. Nutria. Are much larger and have orange teeth. Yes, they do. Look at this darling. Oh, look at this cat. Caution, one-lane traffic on bridge. This is a little confusing to me. Why are people only allowed to walk along one side of the bridge? I'm trying to look to see if there's any trails there. Having these glasses on is not helping my vision. I'm just looking for anything that resembles a trail, because apparently there should be one right up here. Even this kind of looks like maybe a trail right here. Am I supposed to jump the bridge? I don't know if that's a trail. No, yeah, I see a trail through there. Okay, I'm gonna try to track with that. Just hope and pray it comes out somewhere. Okay, I'm a little past the bridge. And here's this. Is this a... Oh, snap. Yeah, little ways past the bridge. I think this is said trail. Oh, man, back into the... This is the most jacked up trail I've ever seen. Oh, man, I know that game. I'm not going up that son of a bitch. Yeah, see? Starting to... We're back in Portland. You're starting to see the homeless camp stuff. Again, I'm only going to go as far as I can trust my body to carry myself through here. If it starts getting real steep up there, I'm just not doing it. But I told myself once I got in here, I was going to switch back out for my GoPro. So if you look over my shoulder there, that's a full-on camp. Like, there's a bike, I think, and a wheelchair. I'm barely into this place. Ew. I get around this. So yeah, this is another trek that may end as soon as it begins, especially since this looks like a big-ass trail up here. course, the higher up you go, the less likely you probably are to encounter anyone. Yeah, I'm already going up pretty steep. I'm not gonna make it very far up this. That was a bug in my mouth. Not gonna make it very far. Pretty much, if this turn just keeps wrapping uphill, I'm gonna turn around. That doesn't seem to really go anywhere. The dumbass making fires. Huh. Well, unless this trail goes up here somewhere. God, it smells like feces out here. God. I don't think this goes anywhere. Yeah. I can smell the feces. So yeah, I'm surprised somebody actually made it up this far. I'm gonna play it safe. Especially since right now it's not an easy place to reach. I'm gonna grab my knife just to be safe. Probably not gonna encounter anybody, even though there was a lot of stuff there. It did look abandoned, but you gotta be prepared. See, this was the trail. So this goes up into the sunlight. Huh. Okay, this is, there's still no poison ivy, but this is very tight. God damn it. I don't know. Like, that's kind of a trail. Oh man. Yeah, there's a homeless guy. He's got his whole camp set up. He's got his whole camp set up. This guy, he's got his whole camp set up. There's someone in the bushes. Some stinging nettles on my leg. Yeah, there was a guy up there at his camp. He just looked like he was hanging out. I don't feel particularly threatened, but every homeless person I've encountered has been pretty chill. Yeah, I got stinging nettles on my legs, but I'm sorry, I kind of wanted to get out of here. I heard it was up there, though. I'm still keeping this close at hand. That trail didn't really look like it was going anywhere special anyway. And I halfway kind of figured I'd probably encounter somebody. out here. We are officially in Portland now, like I was saying earlier. You know, you stay in Portland long enough, or you out in Gresham, I walked that whole butte, didn't find one sign of a homeless camp. Get into Portland and I'm finding them everywhere I freaking turn. God, yeah, my shin stings now. Awesome. Yeah, it got me like right there. Son of a bitch. Okay, so here's where this other camp is, right up here. So it's gotta be safe. This sucks. Oh, great. The one thing you want to see is a gas can out here. Yeah, let's set a fire. This looks like it goes like up under the bridge. So it's probably kind of dumb to keep lingering around here. It doesn't seem like anybody's following me, so I'm not too worried since I have a defensive weapon. I mean, cute. Actually, it looks like I can just walk right up here to the bridge. Probably. Yeah, I can literally just... Yeah, someone's probably definitely camped up under here. Well, so I got a little stinging nettle in me, but I don't really mind that because that just stings for a little while. And here we are. I guess I should probably put the knife away. Now that I'm out in the open, who wants to mess with me? Yeah, so got a little bit of that into me, so at least, you know, I can deal with that. It'll sting for a little while, big deal. It's the poison ivy you want to watch out for. I didn't see any up in there, even though it seems logistic that there might be some. But anyway, Jeanne or Jenne Butte. Proceed at your own risk. So we come to the fringe of the butte here. Dead ahead here, that'll be Powell Butte, which you'll notice is considerably larger. Powell Butte's one of the largest buttes in the whole Portland metropolitan area, as far as I know. Oh man, I'm feeling it. Where's that water? It's my energy drink cup. I don't need it. I feel like I'm hearing a fight over here. I don't know. I just heard a guy say, "Go fuck yourself." Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I think there's a little homeless. There was like a little trail kind of cut into the brush. There's probably some more homeless people, and they don't sound very happy. So yeah, it's a cute butte. I'd like to see more of what's going on this side. About the homeless element. Yeah, right up here. It's pretty far away, but yeah, private property, no trespassing, no camping. And then there's another one way over there. Oh, hello. I wonder, I've seen a few of these along my trek. And I'm wondering if these are remains from when the old trolley car stations, and yeah, homeless guy just came walking out of the brush over here. But yeah, if it is, these are, you know, it's cool that there's this many leftovers, you know, of the old, because, you know, when you go down the Oak Grove Trolley Trail, you don't really see any remains. There's just spots, you have to kind of figure out where they're at. Yeah, that guy right there. He came out of the brush, like over here somewhere. He's got his bike, he's got his bag of cans. I mean, you put the pieces together. Again, City of Portland's not doing enough to deal with the issue, you know, and people are literally getting priced out of their homes. I don't mean to get on this. I get on this all the time. My rhetoric about, you know, how it's, you know, there's a lot of shitty homeless people out there that are homeless because they're shitty people, because they're lazy people, whatever the reason. But on the flip side, there's a lot of homeless people that have severe drug problems that they struggle to control, that have, you know, ruined their job opportunities, gotten them kicked out of their homes, people who are mentally ill, who are just forgotten about, essentially, people who literally are priced out of their homes because rent and price of housing is skyrocketing around here. The city is acting like they're doing something about it, and they're not doing shit. And on top of it, they're actively ignoring the fact that there's a direct connection between the constant rise of housing, even renting, and the fact that there's an even more growing homeless population. It's not just alcoholics, homeless people, people who lost a job and couldn't find another one, so how am I going to support myself? It's people who had homes and now they don't because they got priced out. The other day, I was over in kind of the Slabtown Pearl District area, and there was a family, a husband, a wife, 2 kids, just sitting up against a building, holding out signs begging for assistance. And they weren't deadbeat looking people. The guy didn't look like he had a drug problem. The woman didn't look like she had an issue. One of their kids was sitting there reading like a novel. So, you don't have to be completely fucked up and deranged and out of it to qualify as a homeless person. Some people just can't afford to live here anymore, but where the hell are they gonna go? Anyway, rant done. Let's continue on this trail. If I can get one of these bitches to stop. That's the problem. Probably should actively try to get them to stop. Standing here waiting for someone to stop for me when I'm actively the problem. Thank you, everybody. So the GoPro was getting a little warm again, so I had to go back to the iPhone. Still just south of Powell Butte right there. And now I'm starting to see more of these, the city property, no trespassing, no camping signs, which are more than anything, I mean, obviously it says no trespassing, nobody should be going into, again, just blackberry bushes all over, but nobody should be going in there. But it's there predominantly because of the homeless population. So again, there's a massive homeless population and they're scattered all over the place, and the city's solution is they go to places like this where the homeless people can, kind of hide, I mean, at least they're making an effort to try to hide away so they're not like camping in front of people's houses like over here behind me. And at least they're making an effort to do that, but the city is even blocking off those opportunities more and more every day. So where are the homeless people supposed to go when these places that are not in people's, they're not in residential areas, and they're trying to hide in places like, up against the freeway and places where they're going to go unseen. But you're blocking all those places off now, so where are they supposed to go? Answer me. Where are they supposed to go? They're going to start popping up more across the street from people's houses and stuff because you're blocking out all these non-residential places, and the homeless population is not going down. Okay, rant done. I'm cutting myself off. I'm sorry. I'm constantly heated about the homeless issue around here. Another sign. It just pisses me off. It's probably the biggest issue in Portland besides the housing and rent crisis, and they're interconnected in some ways. And the city, our mayor, friggin' do-nothing Wheeler, who just sits there and he puts his glasses on. Oh, I'm smart because I wear glasses. Let me tell you what Portland needs. And then he speaks a good game, because politicians do, and then stuff doesn't happen. And I read an article the other day. I'm ranting about it again. Okay, real quick. Read an article the other day because apparently Mayor Wheeler said something about how, the police, half the people they arrest are homeless people. I think it was like 52% of arrests are homeless people, but homeless people make up like 3%. 3%. Homeless people make up 3% of Portland's total population. Which means, if that's the case, and there's like, there's about, in the Portland city limits, there's about 700,000 people. So you think 70,000 people is 10%, 7,000 is 1%. That's over 20,000 people. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the statistics are. I'm just saying that that's what I read, was that 3% of Portland's population is considered homeless. So he started ripping into the police for, not doing their best to be understanding of the homeless people. And then one of the representatives of the police department started ripping into Wheeler about how he's putting the blame on the police to cover up for his shitty policies, which I kind of agree with. But again, it's like you've got the power elites, the people that run the city, and then you've got the law enforcement that's supposed to, maintain law and order. And while this problem is just exploding, they're sitting there pointing fingers at each other, and nothing's getting done. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, as of literally right now, I have walked 10 miles today. I'm just now getting to Powell Butte. If I'm gonna finish this trek, I still have like 60 blocks, 65 blocks to go. So I gotta stay focused and go forward. And if I do that, I can make it in about, well, less than an hour and a half if I stop for a little sightseeing. Walking towards the butte, and she is a beaut. Ain't she a beaut, Papa? I don't know what's happening. All I hope is that I know it runs right along the fringe of the butte, and I'm hoping the sun, because it's far enough this way, I'm hoping there's some clouds rolling in, which is fantastic. Hopefully that'll block out some of the sun, and then I can get some shade up over here, because whoo, I have been out in the sun for a very long time. In fact, you know what? I think it's time to reapply my sunscreen. The time has come. Yeah, boy. There's a breeze coming in. I love that. Breeze, some clouds, made it actually kind of cool off. That may be why it's not going to get quite as hot as they thought it was going to get. Oh, man. I wish in this moment I had another historical... Hey, you know, I dropped that cool bit on the Portland's first school and how the teacher was named John Outhouse. You want to hear something interesting? The tallest building, not just in Portland, but in the state of Oregon, is the, it used to be the U.S. Bancorp Tower, but now it's the Wells Fargo Center. Big, tall, black building with like grayish stripes around it, real nice and tall. Wells Fargo Center, right smack dab in Portland, or middle of Portland. Well, that was the site of Portland, maybe even Oregon in general, of Portland's first school for specifically, because of course it was segregated, for specifically African American children. And yeah, the first school, it was literally called, I hate even saying this, but it was called the Colored School. That was literally what it was called. I mean, well, you think it's, you know, the late 1800s. Unfortunately, no shock. Portland has a horrid racial history. But that school was located at the site of where the Wells Fargo Center, tallest building in the state of Oregon, is now located. So, interesting. And on that note, I have reapplied my stuff. Let's continue on. My thighs are on fire. These are just trails. Oh, snap. What was that? I think that was a rabbit. I am so going to end up stumbling onto another freaking homeless camp like an idiot. But, I mean, this is a full-on, like, there's bike incisions here. So this is more trail. Oh, fuck. That's exactly what I don't want to encounter out here. I do not need to encounter a heroin junkie. First person I see him. Oh, shit. On that note, see you later. There's another trail. I'm gonna visit very briefly. I should probably be quiet. Yeah. I think that's a tent. It may be abandoned, or it may just be a pile of abandoned stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna head on out. Hello. Oh man, look at this. Makes you feel like you're not even in the city anymore. So just as I was about to say I'm gonna stop videoing for a while, I see this. This probably just wraps around and comes back, but yeah. I thought maybe it branched off. Like, this is a beautiful wildlife. The Schweizer Restoration Area. Wildlife habitat area. I'm obviously not going to go in there, but I love it. Oh, I love it. So gorgeous out here. And this you don't really ever see because there's no roads out here. Again, the next closest road is probably Foster, way off over there. And then you got Powell, that's on the other side of this big old butte. So you can't see this unless you come down the Springwater corridor. Look at this. This is awesome. I'm glad the people are actually... Yeah, okay, so here I am. This is maybe Foster. I don't know if it's that close. Might be another road in between. So I'm, you know, somewhere in here. It's interesting, this looks like it's just like a mowed lawn, but obviously that's not the case. And then Powell Butte here, and then, oh, but it looks like hopefully I'm gonna get into some shade right down here. I'm holding you to, okay, so you are here, so I'm like here, so I got a little ways to get into the shade. Well, thanks for giving me hope, restoration area, that there's some shade not too far up here, because God, I could use it. Yeah, I think whatever this is here, I kind of come in between these two. Ah, false alarm. I thought this was a new trail starting. It's just a bench. I mean, there's a trail, but that's probably a homeless trail. That's the problem, is that there's all these little trails and you don't know if they're homeless trails or if they're trails that actually go up the butte. Just a one-armed bench. What a letdown. But yeah, I'm kind of already getting around to the other side of Powell Butte, so I'm making good time now, which is kind of a shocker because I'm getting real tired. But how can you be tired when you're surrounded by this? Son of a bitch, that's nice. Okay, I'm finally starting to get really run down. I don't feel like I'm gonna get, you know, heat stroke. It's not so much the overheating. I love this as a side marker. Notice to horseback riders, you're required to sweep or remove all horse manure from the trail. And literally walk less than 10 feet. But anyway, as I was saying, even if I don't make it all the way to the freeway, which my objective was to make it to 205, hop the max, go home. That was the objective. I am still probably 55, 60 blocks from I-205, and I said I was done at like 1:45, 2 o'clock when I was climbing the butte 6 miles back that way. And I got that second wind, and I've been handling it, and the clouds, thank God, are coming in. I'm already noticing like a 1 to 2 degree drop as the clouds are getting blocked, but I seriously... And that shade that was supposed to show up never happened, so obviously that picture that was taken back at that restoration site was taken at a different time of the day. But this is nice. If it can get cloud covered and drop a couple degrees, which I'm not banking on, we'll see how far I can go. We got ourselves a bunny. We got ourselves a little bunny. It's okay. It's okay, little darling. I can't even see my screen right now. It's okay. Nope. Changed his direction. Oh, look at this. That is... Are those... I think those are... Oh my god, they're goats. Oh, I think they're goats. Oh yeah, they're definitely goats. Oh, look at that. Hello. Oh, once you get past Powell Butte here, which I'm pretty much getting to the end, the west fringe of, once you get past there, there's not really a whole lot more to see along the corridor. I showed you pretty much everything between Gresham Butte and Powell Butte was my main focus in terms of just finding stuff along the trail. So it's just a lot of this. It's just a lot of flat, straightaway, blitzed by the sun, repetitiveness. Get thicker, clouds. Damn it, get thicker. Help a fellow explorer out here. I'm gonna call your mom and tell you you are not putting forward your best efforts. So I see a little concrete going off this way. The last time I saw this, I was tricked. Turned out it was just a bench. We'll see if this is an actual trail. I think so. Oh, well, there is a bench. So this is one of the ways. I'm not going in. God, I am not climbing any more shit. Yep, no trespassing, camping, or fires. Read it. Oh, man, I forgot. Oh, okay. True story. No. Yeah, cougar seen on Powell Butte, 6:10. Okay, well, it's been seen again since, or at least cougars. Maybe it's a different one. I love this. Yeah, seen on Powell Butte, June 10th, 2018. So, a little less than 6 weeks ago. Never approach it, especially if it's feeding. Yeah, don't mess with a cougar when it's feeding its kittens. Stay calm, appear large. They always say that with all these animals. Fight back if attacked. That's hilarious. I mean, I understand what else you're gonna do, but you're gonna lose that fight probably. Keep children close. Yeah, so there was yeah, look at how huge this is. I've been wrapping around this for almost an hour, and yet, you know, it starts here and I'm here. So I'm pretty much to the end. God, I'm finally feeling that stinging nettle. Again, I'm feeling a little twitch there. Yeah, but this is freaking huge. But yeah, they saw a cougar up here, and ooh, God, it feels so good to sit down. I haven't sat down since I was on Gresham Butte. I've been walking, standing up for like almost 4 hours straight, almost. But yeah. More recently, and I think it was a little bit closer to where I live, which Powell Butte's here, Kelly Butte's a little more off that way, and then I'm just the other side of Kelly Butte. There was another reported cougar sighting, but it was like a lot closer to our house, so probably in the Kelly Butte area. I know that cougars have been seen there, so they've had recent sightings here and recent sightings in Kelly Butte. I mean, where else are they gonna go? You know, they want to be somewhere where they're safe and away from people. Why wouldn't you, with the shit people do to animals? You know, the moment any of these cougars get found by authorities, someone's going to probably just come out and shoot it. When literally all it's doing is surviving out here. It's not its fault that it has its, you know, behavioral patterns and so on and so forth. So yeah, this was just maybe... I mean, obviously I'm not posting this today as I'm filming it, but from today... so if I had to date it, it was probably around between like July 10th and July 15th. Yeah, there was another report of that, and I remember being home and hearing about it upstairs, and then suddenly hearing them like, get all the animals inside, I don't care how far away it is. We have 3 cats and a dog at the house, all of which are much smaller than a cougar, and probably our dog especially would probably be confrontational because she doesn't know any better. And yeah, ooh, I am feeling it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Kind of the slight irritation. And that's right where I'm feeling the slight stinging. It's like now that I've stopped moving, I can feel it a little bit. But anyway, yeah. There's potentially cougars around here, and here I am, exhausted and losing my mind with tiredness. And I've got to be prepared to potentially deal with that. I am so screwed if I encounter a cougar out here. Yeah, just this is lined with blackberry bushes. Small part of me, if I had the ability to do so, which I don't quite, I would love to just pick a whole bunch of these and just mush them together and make like a berry juice out of it. I could so go for like a thick berry smoothie right now. So it appears we've stumbled onto civilization again. Hallelujah. Could you go back that way? Yeah, look at, oh man, you can't see it very well, but Mount Hood's right back there, right in my eye line. Yeah, it's not coming out super clear, but right there, Mount Hood in the distance, fading in with these clouds. Yeah, the clouds are really rolling in tonight, which is beneficial to me. And finally, leaving Powell Butte way behind, so I'm still making progress. I swear to God, this road where I'm seeing cross traffic is taking me so long to get to. I'm still probably like 5-6 blocks away if I had to guess, and I swear I started seeing it like 20 minutes ago. I I want to start cutting this the moment I get home, but I feel like I'm going to download it and I'm going to edit for a while, and then I'll be like, okay, let's just sit down for a while, and then I'm just going to pass out. I have to work tomorrow. Shh. Well, it's not going to be a great day at work. By the way, I have officially walked now, in this moment, as we're pushing 6 p.m. I've now walked over 12 miles today. And all I've had is a protein bar and a bunch of water. I just now realized I've barely eaten today. I am fucked. No, I got food in my bag. If I start really feeling it, I'll get on it. And that little tidbit known, my sudden realization that I haven't eaten much today. Let me just say, there's a lot about this exploration trek today that I've gone on that I'm really proud of myself for sticking it out on, but there's a lot of stuff I've done that you either just flat out shouldn't do or should be cautious about doing. One, wearing shorts when you are exploring places where there's a lot of plant life that can get to you. Now, I was willing to take that risk because it's almost 95 degrees today. But yeah, make sure you know your diet. Oh my God, is that a community store? Oh man, yes. Hold on, not crossing yet. I just found a little convenience store right along the corridor. But anyway, yeah, make sure you know what your food cycle is like, how much you can get done on a certain amount of food, and don't just hydrate the day you're exploring, you know? I mean, obviously hydrate every day, but make sure you hydrate, particularly, you know, the couple days before leading in, you know? Oh my God, that was the sketchiest convenience store I've ever been in my life. It was all dark and you had to like, there weren't aisles, you had to like meander around like you were in a maze. I can't believe I just used my debit card in there. They are so gonna steal my identity. The lady in there was perfectly nice. It was like, you know, the lady who helped is like any random person that works at a convenience store. She's just sitting there watching TV, you go and buy something, she's like, oh, hello. Oh, mamma mia, that feels good. Bottoms up. Yeah, like seriously, like it was so sketch that as I was running my order, she started doing the order of the guy behind me, and there's like no room for two people to be next to each other, and it was a little kid, and he had a bag of chips, and she was like, give me your chips, and like she said it like she was a high school bully, give me your chips, and I thought she said give me your shit at first. I was like, man, this lady does not care. But yeah, and he was paying with cash, so I guess she could actively do both of us at the same time. But yeah, that was that made Plaid Pantry look like an IKEA. But it's so weird because actually I'm in an area that's really not that great. I mean, it's not a ghetto or anything, but what's so weird is that there's, you know, sketchy stuff going on, but it's going on over that way, or it's sketchy stuff going on a little over that way, and here I am kind of in the middle of it, and it's like nobody knows I'm here because I'm on the Springwater corridor, and you can't really get here from anywhere except for the periodic crossing streets, so it's like, I feel pretty good, but considering where I'm at, I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing more homeless camps. I think the authorities have been doing a little better job at clearing them out, but I know as you get closer to the I-205 freeway crossing, which I'm probably now like 30 blocks away from, it wouldn't surprise me if I started seeing more tents and just general homeless people walking around along my trek. Dude, get your truck away from me. I don't want my video getting a copyright strike because you're blaring AC/DC on your thing. Anyway, I've now made it to 128th Avenue, which means I'm actually, honestly, only like, if I was to walk home, I'm like I don't know, 15 blocks south and about 22 blocks west. I'm honestly like 35 blocks from home. Walking home I would probably get there as quickly as going to the freeway. And so I'm not gonna pat myself on the back too much, especially since I'm still out here walking, but I thought this was gonna be a lot easier than it turned out to be, and I really seriously wanted to give up after, literally, before I even reached the top of the butte. Again, like the Galbert or whatever it's called, butte, right next to the Gresham one. And I just forced myself to keep going, and I've actually been doing okay. I'm just, I'm really feeling it in my feet, feeling it in my knees. I'm really getting tired. Oh, I thought I heard my iPod turning on, but it's just some guy revving his engine or something. But, ew. I'm not going to show you what I just saw, but to tell you what it was. I'll channel my inner Jeff Goldblum. So that's a big pile of shit. Anyway, I'm probably going to cut that out. My girlfriend will get pissed at me if I leave that in. But yeah, I've had, and me and my doctor both think at the end of the day, I definitely have a vitamin D problem. Especially when the winter shows up. I really have to slam myself with vitamin D because my system just doesn't hold it well or something. And also, I've had ongoing arm pain off and on for the last like 3 or 4 years, which I attributed entirely to my vitamin D thing. But actually, after talking about it with the doctor and doing some introspection, I realized it's probably because I sleep on my side all the time, which I've been trying to change. And that sleeping on the side and constantly crushing my arms has, led to like arm pain periodically, and I've noticed the more I force myself to sleep on my back, the better my arms feel over time. So, but that's just been a pain in the ass issue to deal with, just the constant arm discomfort. My arms pretty much feel like I have the flu, but it's just in my arms. As I approach 122nd, which this is not a great area. I'm not gonna knock the people here, but it's not. Like I said, I've been kind of just cutting through the middle of the bad area and being okay, but now I'm exposed. But yeah, in addition to dealing with that, I was a track athlete back in high school. I kept running first like 2 or 3 years after high school. So when I was 20 years old, I was in the best shape of my life. And then I just kind of stopped, and it's been very off and on. Kind of can't really rely on myself to keep exercising, and doing this exploration, adventure, walking around type stuff has been the primary method. I mean, besides the fact that I walk around at work all day, but this has been the primary method that I've used to get exercise. And so, I've lacked any consistent exercising regimen for the last 10 years of my life, pretty much from the age of 22 to 32. And I'm 32 and I'm starting to feel my age a little bit. I don't feel like I can't walk in the morning or anything, but I don't exercise long enough, I don't eat well long enough, I wake up and just feel like shit. So, it's been a long, arduous journey, entirely my responsibility to take better care of myself, eat better, exercise more consistently, and all that stuff. And when I was up there on that butte a little earlier, I don't want anybody to think I was exaggerating in that video. Like, when you see me heaving for air and generally like losing it, I honestly felt like I was going to pass out up there. And I should have turned around and just said the hell with it. But then the trail leveled off, and I was like, okay, well, I can, obviously I can walk back down and then just go home. And by the time I was getting down towards the bottom, all of a sudden I realized I had that second wind. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff the last few days, and I was a lot more wiped out when today began than I thought would be the case. And what I'm trying to say without being conceited about it is this was a much greater challenge than maybe I've been leading on since getting down from that butte up there. This has been You know, I've been doing this exploration stuff for about 2 years now, and this has been by far the most exhaustive personal exploration adventure I've done in terms of how much crap I took from my body, but then just found a way to keep on going. And that's really encouraging as someone who's, you know, growing up, I had no health issues. I was spoiled. And then I started having the vitamin D thing, and then I started having the arm thing. And the last 4 years had, you know, time has kind of made up for how spoiled my health was. And it's just, you know, every other day I wake up, I got a stomach ache, I got an arm ache. Lots of days when I go out and explore, the first hour that I'm out, I've got a really bad stomach ache. Oh man, check this out. It's a rare moment where I'm cool with getting interrupted. But you know, it's been kind of a rougher ride. And you know, if this started happening 7-8 years ago when I'm in my early 20s, that would be one thing. But now I'm in my 30s and it's not as easy to deal with health shit as it used to be. So it's a long rambling whatever, but the point is, when all is said and done, is that this is really encouraging to me, and this was a great challenge for me to just say, you know what, I think maybe I can keep going. I'm gonna stick it out. If I can't make it, at least I'm doing my best. And here I am. I honestly did not think, even when I decided to keep going, that I was gonna make it this far. So this is very encouraging to me in terms of moving forward. I know, you know, there's this idea that once you get into your 30s, you're all screwed, but I see people, I mean, geez, you watch Harrison Ford, he still does most of his own stunts. The guy's like 73 now, 74, I don't even know how old he is. Plenty of people in their 40s and 50s who are going out doing exploration adventures that are twice as challenging as most of the stuff that I do. So I know I'm not just screwed and that I'm just old, but it's just a matter of building myself back up to a place of health more consistent with where it was several years ago. So that's my main objective, and I'm gonna try to keep myself at it. That's why I decided to, you know, establish a New Year's resolution to lose some of this weight that I've been putting on for the past several years. And I'm probably about 15-20 pounds thinner than I was around Christmas time. So it's a slow process, but I'm getting there. So anyway, here's to the future, and here's to continuous amateur historian exploration. Look at all this plant life around. There's no end to the beauty of the world that surrounds us, even though we do our best to fuck it up. Anyway, I'm glad I kind of stopped rambling on there, because I'm looking at my GoPro and my battery's about to die. So that said, I'm gonna switch back over to my iPhone. Alright, so I made it to like 110th, and I know if I cross here, it actually looks like there's a wildlife refuge here, but like you can actually like walk through it, which is nice because I'll actually be kind of cutting through because I'm kind of starting to head north to get home. And yeah, so it's a natural area, which means no amenities, stay on the trail. Pretty standard rules. It says it's kind of a wildlife refuge, so, you know, let the critters live their lives. But this is a nice final thing to pass through on my way home. I look pretty tan. My arms are kind of red looking because there's a lot of, you know, kind of blood coming to the surface because it's so, well, it was so hot out here. Yeah. Clean the streets. Yeah, this is cool. I didn't know this was here, and it's not too far from where I live. I don't know exactly where this is gonna lead me out, but I mean, it can't be that bad. As long as it doesn't lead me out like right in the middle of Kelly Butte, so I have to like meander around it, then I'm good with this. This is really spot on. Hopefully it doesn't wrap me right back to where I came from. That would suck. It's a cute trek, but it's a wasted trek. What do we got here? I was wondering if maybe there was a pond down here because there's this fence in here. Ah, shit, I think this is just gonna round me about. Look at the cotton in the trees. Yeah, I think this is just circling me around, but I mean, it didn't take too much time. Yeah, so it just kind of looped me around, but I mean, it's nice. Ah! Took a mosquito right to the nose. But it's you know, it's nice. It's a nice little wraparound. I may have a little bit further north to go than I thought, though, because I'm thinking I gotta get up to Powell. Well, I guess Division's really close, so it's not that big of an issue. Yeah, so I'm coming back out where I came in. Nice, though. So as I meander my way out of this cute little wildlife reserve, or whatever it is, I was looking, I realized I'm a lot further south. I forget that, like, you know, if my home is up here, the Springwater corridor kind of starts going like this. So I realized if I was to start going north on 110th and beeline over to 112th, because I live just off 112th, I would actually be doing a lot of northbound walking. And I probably need to hit the store before I get home because I don't know if I have anything to eat. My girl is coming to my rescue. She's going to be home about probably an hour and a half. She's going to bring me Cafe Yum. At least that's what she said. So that's what she said. What the fuck? What the hell was that? I swear I felt like a bug was climbing up my shorts. Anyway, so I'm going to stay the course. God is my witness. I'm going to make it to... This pretty much aligns near Foster Road, I think. So it'll probably be like the Foster Road stop. But whatever the closest max train line is, that's going to be the one that I get off. So I've only got like 12, 13 blocks, maybe 15. So close. Oh man, they are now closing. Speaking of closing down, my feet are hurting so much now. And this Powerade, which is what, like the poor man's Gatorade, is freaking delicious. I think it's just because I'm so thirsty. So I'm guessing this is Foster Road I'm coming out at. Yep. I remember when me and my friend rode this whole corridor. This is where we thought it was going to end. And then we ended up traveling like how many more miles in that direction? And so, alas, from here back to traffic, and it's loud as hell, must mean I'm finally parting ways with the Springwater. I could have caught that bus, son of a bitch. I'm parting ways with the Springwater corridor, which came through here. It kind of starts going off this way. Problem is it wraps around really sharply south, literally beelines me away from where I want to go. And the bus stopped. I could have caught it, but you know what? I'm finishing this venture, and I'm finishing on foot, which means I'm getting to the Foster on-ramp to get on the max, and then, only then, will I have finished this journey. If I don't get stabbed or mugged first. I am cramping up so bad. It is legitimately becoming a challenge to finish this damn thing. I'm to 101st Avenue. I'm so close. The 205 junction, 1/4 of a fucking mile. Ah, son of a bitch. I have to cross the street to get up there. I was hoping it would just be a beeline through here. Oh my God. I'm walking like a battered old shell of myself. Wait. Oh, shade. Beautiful shade. Thank you, I-205 overpass. And actually, I don't think I have to cross the street. I think it's just right up there. I go up the stairs, and it's up there. I am having an emotional and mental breakdown. I can't walk anymore. Okay, well, I'm not catching that max, so hopefully I won't have to wait too long for mine that's going that way. But it's right up there. This stuff is so hot now. Oh. Stairs. It's like the best I can do. Going up these stairs is just stomping. Made it to the max across from I-205. That was my objective. Now I can proceed to act like a lunatic around everyone because I have no feeling left in it. There's nothing left in my body to feel anymore. Certainly nothing in my legs, nothing in my arms, and nothing up here. Yes. I don't even have Wi-Fi. Oh, shit. And after a short little bus ride, finally back to my side of town. And I'm adding one more right now just to show you all that yes, I made it home. Finally. God, look at this. This is one leg. This is one leg. Just, oh my God. Look at this. At least nothing looks burnt. Yeah, look at that. It's my other leg. Look at that, that is nasty. Oh, let's just take a look. Take a look at the damage here. I already have a serious farmer's tan on my legs. Damn, sock line. Oh God. Yeah, the dust like got into my sock. Look at that freaking farmer's tan. Yeah, look at that. This one's even a little bit worse. Oh God, look at that. It's ridiculous. Oh my God. And even though I wipe my leg off, you can still see how much dirt is there by comparison. They almost look burnt on this camera, but no, that's just tanning. Some white feet. It looks like I'm wearing leggings. And my freaking hair, like, it looks like I have product in it. It's just so dried and burnt. Look at that. From the sun. Jeez. Most importantly, let's find out how far I walked today. Now remember, let's cut out about 3/4 of a mile for the walking I did just to get to the bus and the max and whatnot. This is literally got off in Gresham, walked all the way. 15.23 miles. That means I walked almost 14.5 miles today. That actually makes a lot of sense. And it's no wonder I've been home for about 20 minutes and I've already strained both my like side chest muscles, this hamstring, and this foot since I've been home. I'm falling apart now. So I don't know how well this is coming out, but let me just say, one shirt I wore it for a full day. Another shirt I also wore for a full day and went adventuring in. Look at the difference. And then here's the back sides of the same shirt. Not too shabby. This one, it looks like freaking like chickens were clawing at me. What was happening on my back? These look like little like chicken. Was there a chicken riding my back all day today? I have no idea. And after a scorching day like this one I just had, there's only one proper way to end it.